Friday, February 15th. National emergency. If you see one, you report it. One of them is the left-wing branch of the Tea Party has run Amazon out of New York City. You take your 25,000 jobs, $2 billion a year in tax revenue, and stuff it. All the other national emergency, the only thing emergent on the southern border in the last 40 years is that today the rate of illegal immigration is lower than it's been at any time in 40 years. My stepsister used to be Mexico City bureau chief, and she keeps me briefed on the actual goings-on at the border. And anyhow, markets are completely indifferent to all of this emergency stuff, and it's fun to watch. The stock market was up over 300 points today. The stock market is now only about 1,000 points Dow below its all-time high. It's recovered all but that 1,000 points since Christmas Eve. So nothing happening. The best global barometer of anxiety is the U.S. 10-year Treasury note. Since the Fed decided on an open-ended pause at the end of January, the 10-year has traded between 272 and 262, and is today 266, and today is essentially unchanged from yesterday before the emergency and today now that we have an emergency. So the markets have voted with their feet and they don't care. They'll be political and legal and who knows what repercussions, but nothing economic. Meanwhile, the shutdown produced a delay in reporting of economic data. The shutdown itself may have done some harm to the economy. The stock market dive, now largely recovered, may have done some damage to the economy, which may recover with the stock market as people open their new statements and they're back to where they were, or just the news that the stock market could dump by 5,000 points in 3 weeks did some damage to the economy. And it's also possible that the Fed's 3 years of interest rate increases from 0.25% to 2.5% have done some damage to the economy. And the data that we have post-shutdown, big surprise yesterday. Retail sales in December took their steepest one-month dive in 10 years. The dive is so steep that the market reaction is partly, that's got to be a bad number. The people who computed came back from the shutdown with a hangover and got it wrong. We don't know. When the economy rolls over, the first thing to roll over is the consumer. Hence the little agita around retail sales. When the economy rolls over, the last thing to follow is the job market. And we got a big outlier last week in very strong job numbers for December and January. So, what else is out there? The National Federation of Independent Business has surveyed its members since 1975, every month, small businesses. It's in a 2-month tank, straight line, straight down. It's a little hard to read. The NFIB had been one of the great barometers of the real-time economy, going all the way back to the 70s until the election of 2016, when it went straight up, and for no apparent reason except that the very conservative small business owners, the members of the NFIB, were so thrilled with Donald Trump. If you look back through other election moments in their survey data, there wasn't even a flicker when Ronald Reagan was elected. So is the NFIB weakness actually reflecting weakness in the small business economy, or is some of the Trump euphoria just unwinding? Hard to tell. We're all filing our first income tax returns with the new tax law. Among individuals, there are more unhappy surprises than happy surprises. Maybe that's having some effect. Housing, what I know best, the housing numbers nationwide are a little on the soggy side, and it's hard to figure out why, except that we've had such a good 5-6 year run, although mortgage rates in December, in late November, ran all the way above 5%. It topped out 5.125%, 5.25%. Every recession since the 1960s was preceded by a rise in mortgage rates of 2 percentage points from the trough to the top. And our trough was around 3.5, maybe a little higher. 2 percentage points, 5.5, we got close. So I ain't saying recession, I'm not even saying slowdown, but we need to keep a sharp eye out. There's a chance that it could have snuck up on us while we were busy with national emergencies. If you see one, you report that. Have a good long weekend.